Installing Windows is a piece of cake. But what's next? Installing drivers, programs and wallpapers is obviously the basics, but it still feels like something's missing. So today I reveal my rituals for transforming a regular system into something not only more functional but truly comfortable, simply using settings and useful programs, which in my humble opinion makes this damn Windows a bit better. Well, let's go! After installing Windows, the first basic thing I do is installing my favorite browser. Edge is seriously not bad, but when choosing between sitting on two chairs and sharing data with both Microsoft and Google, I will choose the obvious path. Google already knows everything about me.
She knows, and I know she knows.
I've simply gotten used to Chrome over the years, plus it has data synchronization and a sea of useful extension. By the way, my favorite browser extension is NightTab. It adds a fully customizable new tab with your own links. As for other browsers, like Opera, Arc and other Chromium-based junk, they are not my choice. Except for free fans, yep, Firefox is a must-have. My next step is installing the Nvidia app, which has now completely replaced GeForce Experience. Era has ended, but this is a significant step forward, because the Nvidia app is a Swiss Army knife for gamers. It has a powerful recording and replay tool, automatic graphics card overclocking, game optimization for your hardware, and also awesome filters to make any game more vibrant and brighter. As for other drivers, I trust the Windows Update Center and don't see any problem with it. Now Microsoft Store and what I download from there. Let's start with this simple one. Quick Look. It's a quick preview tools for files of any format, by pressing spacebar. Unigram, a replacement for the regular Telegram client, as it's stylish and fits Windows 11's aesthetic, with phone-like features and opt-ins for where to download files. Auto Dark Mode adds some variety to Windows appearance, so it doesn't get too boring, as it automatically changes the theme, wallpaper, accent color, and even cursor, depending on the time of day. By the way, I think you know where to get cool cursors. I'm currently using this one. I know you will ask. PowerToys, an official Microsoft utility with a lot of functions, but I only use 5 of them, always on top, to pin a window above ours. Color Picker, an eyedropper tool for selecting colors. Fancy Zone, creating custom window layouts for quick organization by holding Shift, which is much more convenient and flexible than Windows built-in functionality. PowerToys Run, system-wide search and more, but I use it as a calculator. And Text Extractor, copies text from images. The last program from the store is WinToys. In my understanding, it's Task Manager on steroids, because you can view system info, uninstall apps, check background processes, and optimize Windows a bit. I won't go into much detail, but here's what I usually do. In Performance, I enable the maximum performance power plan and disable display timeout. Below that, I disable App Restart, background apps, activity history, update delivery optimization, and only disable indexing if you also have an SSD. In the help section, you can fix the system if something's lagging or you're getting blue screens. You can also run memory diagnostics, clean junk files and cache, restart video drivers, and reset icon cache if they're not loading. What's interesting for me? I disable automatic app updates and system updates. There are 4 options here. Receive all updates. Receive only security updates. Just check for updates and install them manually if desired, or disable them completely. I recommend either default, or at least choosing the security option. In the last tab, Tweaks. For the desktop, I remove the recycle bin, enable the old context menu, since the new one is still laggy, and set wallpaper quality to 100. For the start menu, I just turn everything off. For File Explorer, I enable the recycle bin in the sidebar, and set this PC to open when launching Explorer. All other stuff like ads and data collection, I obviously turn off. In System, I enable seconds display in the taskbar, clipboard history, and disable mouse acceleration and UAC notifications, those annoying messages when launching programs as administrator. As for non-store programs, I certainly have a whole arsenal, from Adobe to messengers and game launchers, but I can recommend to you the top 4 must-have utilities. Revo Uninstaller, for removing programs along with all their leftovers, that is registry information and files on disk. Unlocker to remove files and folders that require system permissions. Exit Lag for reducing ping and increasing FPS in online games. And Ayomi Backupper for creating full system backups, and it works better than regular system restore points, so you can generally disable those to prevent system backups from taking up space. Now let's upgrade to Windows settings. We'll start with personalization, where I'll show you how to make the start menu and taskbar as convenient as possible. In the start menu, I choose the mode with more pinned programs, turn off all suggestions, and pin all buttons to folders, except for network and personal folder. In the taskbar settings, I remove all unnecessary buttons, since I prefer using hotkeys. You can see their combination on the screen now. Next step, go to Accessibility, Keyboard, Sticky Keys, and disable the first settings. Goodbye annoying notification with quickly pressing Shift. For those who also use Wi-Fi, here is a great tip. If you have one network that operates on 2 bands, you can set up connection priority to favor the faster 5 GHz network. This will prevent constant jumping between networks and ensure maximum speed. To do this, open Control Panel and follow along with me. You probably also work frequently with File Explorer and the file system, so don't hesitate to spend a bit or more time organizing your information across drivers. As you can see, I have quite a few of them, and I use each one for a specific purpose, so I rename them accordingly. Regarding File Explorer appearance, for convenience and aesthetics, you can do the following. Right-click on the empty space and select None for grouping to get rid of unnecessary labels. Then open the 3 dots and Settings. Uncheck all privacy option, so that recent folders don't automatically appear in the left panel. Then go to View, and at the very end uncheck the Network button. I doubt anyone uses it. Additionally, I consider the Home and Gallery buttons useless, which can be removed using the registry. I also included the ready-made commands for this in the video's archive, which you can download from the description. Next, I remove all shortcuts from the Quick Access panel, except for desktop and downloads. Overlocation, if needed, are accessible through this arrow, or through the Start menu buttons. Here I'll add my most frequently used folders. They are also pretty in different colors. I use this icon pack, and they are very easy to change. Open Folder Properties, Customize, change icon, and then select the one you want, provided it's in echo format. The system doesn't accept others. And overall, this is my ideal File Explorer looks like. Start menu and taskbar customization. The ideal start menu for me looks like this, or like this, but you're right in thinking that is done using third-party software, specifically Start11. And honestly, I'm too lazy to configure all of this, so I try to simply not using the start menu. Therefore, for propriety, I do pin all my programs there, sort some into groups, but most I pin everything I frequently use to the taskbar for quick launch. And that's all for the appearance settings. I try not to burden the main system with anything unnecessary. Keep only what's needed in startup, and launch everything else manually as needed. I don't install extra widgets and similar things, not because my PC can't handle it, or the system will be heavily loaded, but for a work or gaming system it's really just unnecessary. Finally, I leave you with a few useful tips for using Windows. First, use portable versions of programs, a very convenient and useful tip. Many regular programs are available in portable form, which allows you to run them without installation. The benefits are obvious, you won't need to reinstall them after changing Windows. Make backups. After changing Windows, when you've downloaded and installed everything you need, and you're satisfied with the state of your system, make a backup using a Yumi Backupper. This will come in very handy if you download something wrong, clutter up your system, or something stops working. You can roll back to the saved point and everything will work perfectly again. Clean your system. Over time the system gets cluttered with cache, temporary files, old system updates, and so on. This is inevitable and takes up a lot of free space, so keep an eye on this. Use WinToys for cleaning, manually delete everything unnecessary, and synchronize important information to Google or Dropbox cloud storage. Or if you're loaded with money, look into home NAS servers. Sooner or later any drive can die, but this thing will save you. The last basic advice. If you're a fool, don't disable antivirus, don't download unnecessary stuff, and don't follow suspicious links. First, spend time to gain computer literacy skills, at least reinstall the system yourself. Well, that's everything I wanted to convey to you. I hope that the information from this video was useful from someone, that your system become more comfortable, and that overall everything is wonderful in your life. This is the first video that I tried to translate into English by myself. I know it's not perfect and the pronunciation is a bit rough, but I'm really working on it. The main thing is to see your feedbacks, subscriptions and likes. This will be unofficial with you. Don't waste your time, good luck to everyone and goodbye.